needed now?
Thank the gods, somebody finally came. Tell us, are you from Goreheart or Dyden Hill? How many warriors travel with you? It seems you're not the assistance we requested, but don't think me ungrateful. I could... Canarok could use someone of your particular skill. We sit on the border to Webwood, most of us silk farmers. Normally, we rely on our bridges and an ancient Summerfey aura to guard us. But of late, what defenses we have are failing. These monstrous spiders strike at us from all sides. They've even gotten as far as Yolvan. A week ago, a team of hunters was led by the village's chief defender, Barton. We need someone to go find him and his party. Good. I have more information to give you regarding Barton and the hunting party. But let's not give anyone false hope. And these townsfolk are growing hysterical. Meet me on the southern bridge and we'll continue our discussion. The spiders. We've had an uneasy existence on the edge of Webwood. But never have we had to fear for our lives so. And our greatest warrior, Barton, is lost somewhere within it. We need you to find him. He is too new to our village to have already given his life in its defense. But I fear it may be too late to save him. The town was built for those who made their living harvesting silk from Webwood. Though dangerous, we had the bridges and magic to guard us. Unfortunately, that seems to have stopped, and we don't have the people or the defenses to hold out indefinitely. I'm doing my best to save this town. I'm sure you can see that. Those that make their living taking the webbing from the wood so we can process it. Most of them didn't survive the first spider attacks. They are a strange, mincing people. No sense of themselves or how others perceive them. They're just too caught up in their own nature. The old forest is home to countless spiders. I've heard of a time when it stretched from here to Oderath. Legends say that there was even a terrible wraith named the Widow who ruled the spiders. But such is for children's tales. Good hunting!
What's needed now? There's a lot I need to do, stranger, so if you've come on business, you should make it quick. The forge is hot if you need to use it, and I've a few items I can spare, but we'll need them soon enough, I'm sure. Just about the only damn thing that keeps the town from falling to pieces. Literally, it's a blacksmith's job. Gorener's decent, from what I've seen. No reason to think he's not the man for the job. I can't say I know much about it, besides the stories I heard when I was a boy. I spend most of my time in town as the handyman. But it's almost as if the stories are now true. It's like the witch has come back. Don't let my mother hear you. You'll have a mouth full of salt and your hands full of cold iron before you can reach the door. All my life, it was just a tale the old ones would talk of when night fires were nearly out. But it's becoming real. The Widow is real. Stay alert.
Looks like the wrong place at the wrong time, like me. No offense, but I've not much interest in talking or listening. Doesn't pay to get too comfortable with people in this town right now. Why are you wanting to know about him? I don't go asking you about yourself. You could return the favor. Survival is my concern, not who leads Kenarok. He's human, and all that entails. Do you go talking to all strangers, asking about their lives and who they are? Leave me alone. That's what I'm called, and that's all you'll be getting out of me. A story for children. There's not much more to it than that. Nasty place. I'd get as far away from it as I could. Glad that's done.
What's needed now?
Thank the gods. Someone from the outside finally made it through. I thought we'd be... well, I never thought I'd see a new face again. But it's good you're here. I'm Silveretta Vonner, the village mediciner, and I need your help. Normally I keep a stock of anti-venom at hand for when silk farmers get bitten, but with the recent attacks, my stores have been emptied. There's not much to the potion, but because we've been in Webwood for so long, we are more sensitive to the spider poison than most. So there is an ingredient I still need, the poison glands of the spiders themselves. I'll need someone to harvest them. Good. I'll need as large a batch of the potion as I can make, so 15 glands or so will be needed. He's an eager man, eager to have us all leaping to his call. Though who knows how long the village will last with such a leader. My dear husband, I know he thinks himself useless, but the deer has been essential in helping me keep this town in health potions and anti-venom. It's an old story. My grandmother used to tell it when I was young. It's supposed to scare young ones away from Webwood. They said that the widow ripped out her heart when she first found love, and that she has her spiders rip out the hearts of all who dare pierce her wood. Even the wondrous Dalentarth has its dark places, but the silk we take from these spiders gets a fair coin elsewhere, so here we stay. But recently the winds of the wood are darker, the air more thick, and now the spiders have besieged us. It's as though the witch has finally come. In the maws of the beasts that hunt us, I'm afraid, the only way to get the glands is to kill a spider and take them. It's no easy task. But the town needs this potion soon. Good day.
Stranger, I heard you aren't afraid to pass through Webwood. What I wouldn't give to be like you, to leave this place. I haven't seen my home in weeks, and I fear something horrible has happened there. My parents loved the wood, genuinely. There was no war, there was no worrying. It was a simpler life for them. But they were not from here. They didn't know the danger to our farm, to our lives. My family was never that familiar with the history of Webwood. When we were fleeing from the war, we didn't have time to learn the old stories. But that's all they are, stories. There's no reason to believe in the widow any more than that the sun might fall one day from the sky and crush us all. I am not from the town of Canarok. Not properly. My family... Well, I came from the east, from a small farm on the edge of Webwood. It's a strange man that asks to be in charge in this situation. But we'll need to coordinate if we're to survive this. That's just it. I don't know. I came to Canarok some days before the first attacks. I was stuck here. Our farmhand, Cartery Jake, stumbled into Canarok a few days later. He was tight-lipped about my parents at first. Then he said the spiders got them. Now he avoids me, avoids everyone. Something happened at the farm, but I can't bring myself to find out what. Thank you. I will give you whatever I have. Just bring me news of my mother and father. I need to know what happened there. At Toff Farm, I need you to find out what happened there. I lost contact with my family when the spider attacks stranded me here. Our farmhand, Cartery Jake, made it here a few days after the attacks began, but he won't give me a straight answer about my parents. I fear the worst. Safe journey.
Come for January, what's needed? Does no one else see? The widow! The widow is coming for us, and her brood comes with her. We'll be food before nightfall. We can't hold this island, these few buildings against them. I run the inn here in Kennerock. Nice, respectable way to make coin, unlike those foolish silk farmers. Maybe if the inn was in a fit state, but there aren't any rooms for rent right now. You're welcome to sleep if you can find a spare bit of floor. How most in town made their living before the attacks, collecting the webs from the wood and weaving it into cloth and such. Damn scavengers. She's as old as Webwood and twice as menacing. She's the devils of this forest incarnate, that's what she is. I heard tales of war and demons, stranger, but none as chilling as the widow's. And now she's coming for us. What are you thinking? That we asked for this trouble by living here? That we're somehow to blame for this? What did any of us do to deserve this? What could anyone do to deserve this fate? Beware the forest.
So, you're the one that's supposed to save us all. All I see is another liability. If you're looking for potions, see Silhouetta. For a bed, a forge, or other items, try the inn. And whatever you do, stay alert. He's my cousin. Distant cousin. But I couldn't care less who's in charge around here. When the dice are tossed, the only thing important is yourself. Wasn't from these parts. Came from the north, from Gorhart. Nice enough place. But if they think the woods of Otheroth are frightening... Has everyone become a child when I wasn't looking? The widow is an invention. A story, by the God's sake. Since when have words been cause for such panic? Webwood has its terrors, certainly. But is it more comforting to give those a name? A motive? A legend? It's trying to kill us. That forest will be the death of us all. I've been thinking that since the first moment I came to this town. Not soon enough.
What are you bothering me for?
So, the savior comes for Cartery. What do you want? You did? I must have left it behind when I was fleeing those spiders. The damn things were everywhere. I can see you're not convinced. So that toff brat sent you to do a little digging. It was only a matter of time before she learned what I did to her parents. But you found out first. A stroke of luck. Now, let's come to an arrangement, shall we? Say, a heavy purse for your silence? Carowin and I fought at the gates of Mel Senshir years ago. We deserted before we saw our second battle. When we came here, she invited me to join her and her husband Eimer and their daughter on that farm. It was a simple life. I thanked the gods for it. Then Carowin and Eimer decided to return to the war and bring me with them. When they insisted, I used the only skill war ever taught me. Really, the wandering hero is going to bring me to justice? I think not. I've murdered twice before, and you shall be my third. Glad that's done.
I can't believe Cartery killed them. My mother and father had been his friends for years, before I was even born. To think that he did all this just to avoid the war. I knew my family was likely dead, but I thought it wouldn't be over something like this. Thank you for your help. Here is your reward, as promised. Farewell.
Speak with me a moment while we're away from prying ears. Kenrock is looking to me for leadership, and I'm more than happy to give it to them. However, if Barton returns, that all evaporates. Let me put it this way. It is for the best that he is dead. Do you understand? He's a stubborn and superstitious fool. He'd have the entire town chasing shadows instead of harvesting riches. Barton has survived worse than this. I want assurance that he won't return to rob me of my newfound status. So here's my proposal. Confirm that Barton is dead, whatever it takes. I'll pay well for your help in this. Unlike Barton, I have some sense of what leadership really requires. What are you talking about? I merely asked you to find Barton within Webwood. Or what's left of him. Now, are we finished? Kenrock has need of me. I'm a very important man, you know. Good hunting!
Stay back. Wait. A fellow Varani? By the widow's mercy. Who sent you? Have you word from Canarok? I'm the only one left. My men and I were ambushed when we entered the cave. It's as if the damn spiders set a trap for us. These spiders are somehow using strategy, tactics. Simple ones, but enough to overwhelm us. I think someone is leading them. It's all over this cave. Footprints, torn webs, but no body. It could be the bloody widow for all I know, but Canarok needs to be told. That damn... This whole suicide mission was his idea. And now he tries to have me killed? I need to tell Canarok what has happened here, and deal with Garana. I have to hurry. Speak with me after we reach Canarok. Speak with me, please.
What are you bothering me for?
For your part in saving me, you have my thanks. And you're welcome to Gossamer End, a house in the village. Bilis Ade, the town blacksmith, will make repairs if you need them. For his treachery, I have banished Garana from this town. The widow take him. Enjoy your new home, but do so quickly. If the widow is out there, we must send someone to Castle Yorvin to find out why. Spiders make their home in these trees, corrupting what should be a sunny place into a twisted, winding ruin. But Webwood wasn't more than a nuisance until now. Seems like Canarok is beset by the whole damn forest, and we're not winning. I don't know what it could be. Could be a monster, a spider, or just a tail. There's no telling yet what we're dealing with. It used to be a place for easy money when the Fae pacified the wood. But lately things have turned worse. We've neither heard nor seen anything from the Fae stronghold in a long time. It was the Fae of that castle that tamed Webwood initially. We must discover how. The fair folk work a powerful magic over this forest. I've seen a lot in my years, but nothing quite like they're capable of. Information. Castle Yorvin was a Fae bastion long ago. They used some form of the magic to pacify Webwood. Perhaps they can tell us how to calm Webwood. We need something to stop these damn spiders. Long ago, the Fae of that castle tamed them, and all of Webwood. If there's any clue as to what they did, or maybe about the widow, we could use it.
What are you bothering me for?
I had a hard enough time just trying to keep Mother's Inn in decent repair without a bunch of eight-legged monsters gnawing their way through. So if you don't mind, let's make this quick. Or better yet, leave me to the task at hand. The man's a fighter, sure, but he's not been in Canarok too long. He doesn't know us that well, and we don't know him either. Now, I'd be happy to fix up old Gossamer End for you. That place could use some expansion. I can put in a dining area for some gold. What do you say? It will be ready in no time. Let me know if you want any further expansion. Well, it sure would be useful to have an alchemy workbench. I can add a room with one for some gold. The alchemy workbench should come in handy in these neck of the woods. The main floor has been expanded as much as possible, but I can squeeze in an attic for some gold. You'll be amazed when you see that attic. Well, I'll have to watch out for the riverbed, but I can add on a basement for some gold. I'll go ahead and set up the basement with some plants and reagents. You'll love it. If you're interested in more storage space, I can expand your basement for some gold. Be careful when you go in there. Somehow a spider got in when I was doing the last upgrade. I can do one last expansion of the basement, give you more space for the plants down there, for some gold. This will be the last upgrade I can give you. I hope you like everything I've done. Keep safe.
You're welcome in Didenhill, always.
That's all the plague shield, then. We have enough to last for a while yet, at any rate. Please, have this as thanks. Poor dear. That is an old stone. These days, it's almost common to lose a friend. And I'll tell you, he was a dear one. He'll be sorely missed here and up at the mission. May Mithoro keep him. On with you. Get.
Nice to see you.
What is it? You made it. Just in time, too. Give me the potion. It will help, but it's not enough. Someone must go to the Fae and explain what happened here. One small misunderstanding and we'll no longer just be strangers to the Fae. We'll be enemies. She is a member of the House of Ballads, the legendary court of Fae heroes. They are warriors without equal, with centuries of glory to their names. If one of their own was killed by a mortal, the House of Ballads and its king would bring a fierce vengeance upon us. Gorehart would be a ruin by day's end. I'm not sure yet, but this is bad. She's Fae. Even worse, she's a knight in the House of Ballads. Fae don't kill their own, so it must have been someone in Gorehart. If the House of Ballads learns of this, the king will burn Gorehart to the ground. They see all mortals as invaders. We could go to the Warsworn and get an oath of protection, but that would require payment. We mustn't cover this up. But who do we tell? You're turning out to be very helpful, my friend. You have my gratitude. I'll see to it that you're honored. Rumor says that the House of Ballads has its headquarters not far from here, in Glendara to the northeast. Try to gain entrance if you can. Once they fought the Beasts of Chaos, marching to glory through many victories. Sadly, they fell, as all great men do. Now they're nothing more than hired blades. Anyone can earn their allegiance with a few pieces of gold. All I know is what I learned in my youth. The heroism of King Wenson and his court of enchantments. My gran spoke of them nightly as she sat by my bedside. For all I know, the House of Ballads is nothing more than myth. But I have a feeling that it exists somewhere out in the deep mists of the Feylands. It's east of here, in the meadows of Yolvin. The Feylands are a wicked place, crawling with creatures so strange you'll assume you're dreaming. Farewell.
Hello.
How may I assist you? Hello again, my friend. I believe congratulations are in order. Isn't that how you mortals express appreciation? No doubt you speak of Illuvia, impetuous fool. I told her to avoid your settlement, to avoid Odaroth altogether. She never listened to my warnings. I will chastise her appropriately upon her return. It is a loss, yes, but not the first unexpected event in this telling. What happened? Attacked, you say? Your kind is too timid to even speak to us, and now you're trying to kill us. I do not understand it. However, your honesty is appreciated. Tell the people of Gorehart that they have nothing to fear from us. We mean them no ill will, as long as they leave the forest undisturbed as they found it. I will be here.
You made it. You're back. I was so worried that the Fae had taken out the revenge on you. As usual, I was wrong. The Fae has recovered, thanks to your potion. In fact, she wishes to stay in the village for the next several weeks as she recovers. Goreheart will be a new community, a place of compassion, and it's thanks to you. Please, take my sword and buckler. They will serve you well, as they have served me. I believe they call it Shield Ring, a recruitment stop for those who wish to march westward to war. Follow the road. You'll see its towers over the trees in Yolven. Hope you stay in town. Hi.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. Did you say something? I'm a bit lost in thought. Today could be the day, you know? Camden could be the next one to round that corner. My experience is limited to Arnik Arjuna and Katrin Allway. They seem the same as any of the rest of us. Wiser, perhaps, but decent, hard-working folk. He is my husband. Although we were together for only one night before he marched. His militia fights under the banner of General Finn. We had one night together, and then he departed for 3 long years. He will return. My heart tells me so. I can't give you much in return, but what I have is yours. The Alpha army is notoriously secretive with their information, and all my pleas for help have been ignored. You might find something in Dyden Hill. That is where Camden volunteered. Of course, that was years ago. Thank you for your kindness. I will be waiting here for news. I'm hardly a scholar, but I can tell you what I know. There are 2 Fey factions, the gentle Court of Summer and its coarser cousin, the Court of Winter. As a child, we were told stories of their ancient rivalry. These are surely myths, but enough to scare a young girl. In the last few years, the Court of Winter has fallen, corrupted by a group of powerful Fey called the Tuatha. It's the Tuatha we fight, and the Tuatha we will defeat. It's my understanding that they were once members of the Court of Winter, and Fey like any other. But something dark lured them, took them, and twisted them in its grip. It's strange. Those old birds have been perched on that hill for as long as I can remember, staring down over the rest of us in the village like hawks. I know so little about them. I don't even know their names. I was born and raised right here in the village. Well, not in Goreheart proper, but on a farmstead outside the village boundaries. It was a good life. Before the war, of course. Truth be told, I know nothing of why the Tuatha are at war with the Alfar, nor why men fight the way they do. All I know is who picks up the pieces. The Tuatha's madness infected the Winter Court. All Fey existed peacefully for centuries, until the Tuatha got involved. It's sad. I was a miller's love who became a miller's wife. Now I am the wife of a soldier. My duty is to hold vigil for my beloved and for all our men on the lines. would think they were a myth if not for the Tuatha. The Fae keep far from us. Perhaps they view us as intruders in their lands. Perhaps they disapprove of our civilized ways. Perhaps they know something we don't. I fear that most of all. On that very road, the one leading east to the Rathia coast, he was heading off to enlist at the station in Dyden Hill. That was years ago. How would I look to him now? Farewell.
Brave soul coming to Dydenhill. This little village is faring pretty badly, and I would know. I was in the war. It's in your best interest to fill your pack and depart as soon as you're able. The blood plague works fast, very fast. You met Gisela? No. I sent that death notice. She should know that I'm dead. She cannot know that I survived. Call me a coward, call me whatever you wish. I am not the same man she wed so long ago. I am broken. I cannot subject her to the nightmares, the wounds, the restlessness. I will spare her that torment. It's easy to say that, but I have stared the horrors of war in the eye and seen only death. Gisela deserves a new life, one not marred by the Tuatha. Every night I weep for what I had. What could have been, that dream has perished. It's pretty nasty, and I've seen my fair share of infections and ailments. We had plenty of them in the trenches and on the walls of Melson Shear. You don't want to know about me. Besides, that name hardly means anything to me now. I came back different, a shadow of the boy from Gorehart. I'd rather not talk about it, if that's okay with you. I think about the war enough as it is, and I doubt these wolves will ever let me forget it. I paid a scholar to fashion a false death notice, the kind the army uses to inform the next of kin that a soldier has fallen in the line of duty. A courier left with it several days ago. All my hope for Gisela's future went with it. She will have to survive this long life without me. It is for the best, I promise you. It was once an old Alfar outpost, nothing extraordinary, and it became the last line of defense, where we held back the Tuatha through long nights of fire. Melson Shear is where I lost this hand, where I knew I'd never come home the same man that I left.
Welcome.
You've returned with good news, I pray. Even though I knew it was childish, I held on to a wisp of hope that you would learn something new, that you would actually do what you promised. Tell me, what did you find? And what did happen? Please. May Mitharu keep you. You've given me hope. That's what Camden was fighting for all along, wasn't it? A hope that peace would return to all of us. Thank you. Please, take this. It's not much, but it's all the wife of a miller-turned-soldier can afford. I will go to Camden now. I will show him that nothing can shatter our bond. Not war, not time, not distance. Goodbye. Farewell.
Greetings. The dust of the road rises to meet you, Wanderer. Welcome to Star Camp. Then Grim has appraised you and found you of worth. But there is another you must appease, our guide, the anonymous Hierophant. Go to the Hierophant shrine in our camp and pray, as all travelers must. We have many freedoms and one chain. A traveler lives by his or her hands and guile. You must do the same. Trader Hayden sells items to supplement these skills if you need. I am Kilgaren. I am unfamiliar with the title the Knave of Coins. But as I understand, it grants me responsibility for this camp and its travelers. I know the lands and shadows and winding paths the travelers use. I heed no law or creed of property. For that, I am given leadership. When others feared to even speak to Faye, Grim came and introduced me to the travelers. Ever since, a more stalwart ally I cannot think of. This place has been walked by many, and this copse was hollowed ground once. We maintain it. You are young among our number. I would not color your perceptions of the Hierophant with my own. We are many things, but what the travelers are to most are thieves. We follow our own way. Travelers have clever hands, but they are useless without the Hierophant, whose eyes guide us, a gift upon which we've come to rely. To receive the Hierophant's visions, we are commanded to pray at their shrines, and there are many who readily comply. May the road rise to meet you.
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you looking to buy items or sell? Always looking to make a bit of coin?
What prays before me? An eddy in the river of fate, a cacophony in the song of Amalur. Your presence is unnerving. But you have come and prayed, and honored our creeds. You wish to make yourself a traveler? Then ask me for my portents. For true trust, for true compliance, the Hierophant must have no weakness, nor fault, nor lapse. In other words, the Hierophant must be no one. The price to admit you is great. It will take 3 treasures to balance the burden. First, there is a noble Elfwig Grilrakas staying in Dyden Hill. Steal his medallion. Then, in the nearby mission, claim the pall of the dead Saint Edric's. The last are Drog's toothpicks. We have contacted their owner, Gunnar Frode, to buy the items, but you will steal them instead. It is the rather valuable bauble of an old noble family. Rather mundane, but worth much coin to us. The daggers used by the fabled Jotun Warmaster Draug, though they were not his weapons, as the name suggests. It is the burial shroud of Saint Edric. There are many collectors of relics who hunger for these artifacts, and pay dearly for them. Yes, some final warnings. Elfwig Grilrakas is a fastidious man. He will not suffer an approach he can see. The pall of Edric lies in his tomb, which is under many eyes. Wait until none are near before you claim it. And last, Gunnar Frode is shifty. He will not have the daggers on him or near him. Be warned.
Welcome to St. Edric's. I hope your search for the truth is leading you down a righteous path. Mitharu knows there's enough chaos in the world today. 5 years in the swamps of Cluricon was enough to rid me of my lust for war. I was an impetuous youth, raised by the back of my father's right hand. But I found home here with the others. All we seek is a sliver of peace in this vast world. I know only what I've seen from this hill. The Fae are a wild race, inspired by the intimacy with the natural world. We at the mission marvel at this relationship. Occasionally Father Ater would play host to a visiting summer court Fae, but I know nothing of the meetings, except that many of the brothers frowned upon them. I'll admit that the Eastern lands are beautiful in their own way. Like Dalentarth, the forests and swamps are ruled by Fae folk, but a far more sinister variety. Cluricon should be seen, but I advise that you wait until after the war passes before you pay your ship's passage. The Authority is the one true father to all humankind. It is by his grace and order that we are able to survive the trials of this world. He tests us in all that we do. Our goal, as set forth by St. Edric, is to find the order in nature, in every blade of grass and curling leaf. For these designs are the Authority's most beguiling. This mission was established 20 years ago. The gardens and fauna pens were Father Ater's idea. He marveled at Mitharu's gifts, the magic in the world around us. Bless you, child.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
Come, rest this way.
Good day to you. Welcome to St. Edric's. There is magic everywhere, child. You need only to look and you will see it. I have been training an apprentice, Brother Wolf, in these things as well. One who studies under me can learn a great deal. He and I have been working to locate new and interesting crystals that may be of use in our alchemical experiments. I expect Brother Wolf is working diligently, and when he returns, I will accompany him on another expedition down into the Mission Well. He is from the House of Ballads, also known as the Storyteller, but that is only to his own people. Few mortals know the way of the Fae, but it would do us all good to emulate their respect for nature. The members of the House of Ballads keep the great legends of its heroes alive through song. It is one of the most revered houses, established centuries back. See you later, then. Good day to you. Nice to see you, my child. I hope all is going well for you this day. I have a request. A selfish one, but if you have any spare time? Well, it's Brother Padrick. He's a friend of mine. He left about a year's time ago in search of adventure. Said the monk's life was too bland for his tastes. He mentioned hearing about a treasure only found through a hidden exit from Split Rock Depths, that he might find it if he camped in Hacksea for a bit. But such a long time has passed and no word from him. I'm terribly worried, and I thought you might... well, you could check up on him for me? Mitharu's blessings upon you, child. Bless you. Thank you so much. My mind is already at ease knowing you would take on this charge. If it helps, I would begin your search at Split Rock Depths. It is the only place he had mentioned by name. Towards Hacksea and into Split Rock Depths. Begin your search for him there. I came to St. Edric's to find peace. Peace and a place to study. It's quite scenic, and nature's beauty has always helped me think better. Puts my mind at ease. He was always looking for more adventure than St. Edric's could offer him. This made him an ambitious man. When he spoke of traveling and seeing more of these lands, there was always a sparkle in his eye. The man was such a dear friend. He even asked me to go with him. I hold no such ambitions for myself. A dense and magical forest, home of the travelers' camp, and a place to find lodging or goods if you have need of it. They are a system of caves running through Hacksea, said to have a hidden exit that holds a treasure on its cliff, if it can be found, that is. So much of the world around us is made of things we can look at, but never see. St. Edric's wants to show us a way to see those things, the meanings in them that go far deeper than their facade. From what I hear, it may be home to some of the best thieves around. I'm probably not the most worldly man, but I know enough to be on alert when I pass their camp. Another day, another blessing.
Hello, child.
Ogress. You surprised me. What are you doing down here? I see my Jotun have failed at their orders. But did Padaxes send you? Lysander, perhaps? Tell me. Those fools have no idea what I'm capable of, which is obvious if you're all they sent to stop me. You act as though you're surprised to find me here, as if you weren't sent here to stop me, my pursuit. But you're too late. Even now, my deathless servants rise from centuries of slumber. It is clear I cannot let you live, but answer me this, and I'll grant you a swift death. Which one sent you? Was it Padaxes or Lysander? Fine. Whether you're an agent of the Rose Court or the Onyx Tower, you can take your secret to the grave. My spell commands untold legions. Soon, both of their houses will crumble. You, however, will not live to see their ruin.
Never needed a life with a house, with walls and a roof. Here is where a man can be free. Good, clean folk. Well, mostly clean, and mostly good. We live our lives in the wilds, making a living however we can. Oh, don't mind me or nothing. Just an interested party, that's all. That's all. Krulgeron's the tempting bit of fate that runs Star Camp. You'll have to go through her if you want to work in Dalantarth. But she and I have worked more than a few jobs together. She trusts my judgment if she needs to. Well, first off, you should find someone a little more well-informed than me. Krulgeron's the camp leader. I'd chat with her.
Time for work.
You're back. Glad to see you made it out of there alive. We felt the earth shake when you hadn't returned. But no matter. Our town is forever in your debt. Please, take this. It's not much, after all you've done, but we would like you to have it. St. Hadwin's. It's north of here, through the woods. Dead, I'm afraid. Got the blood plague and wouldn't rest. I feel for his brother and sister. The town gets healthier by the day, now that those little beasts are back in their den. The healer's work is never easy, but thanks to you, she won't have to stand by and watch the sick suffer. The boggarts will always trouble Dyden Hill. As long as we can keep a supply of Plague Shield, we'll survive this malady. Disgusting little fey vermin. We're all glad to be rid of them. I hope that's the last I see of those brutes in Dyden Hill. Or anywhere, for that matter. More ruins beneath the caverns, you say? I wonder who was there before the boggarts moved in. Well, we've weathered this storm. Pray Mitharu we weather the next. Until later, then.
Thanks to you. When this plague shield runs out, I don't know... what we'll do then. On with you. Get...
No Grillricas should ever have to deal with one as base as you. Be gone! No Grillricas should ever have to...
Don't let me catch you making trouble again. Oh.
Haven't been to Hunter's Pits. Haven't been to Hunter's Pits since last spring. Yes?
A commendation from Ordura, eh? That'll get you your first assignment. What more than that demands soldiers' work? As rife with brigands and brownies as ever. With our best called to the front, our numbers here are thin. It has been centuries since the Warsworn have crossed into Cluracon. And in fact, that crossing has always resulted in tragedy for us. But we are mercenaries, and we are paid to fight there, so we must. I am but a simple soldier, grown old. First they made me Castellan of this keep. Then that wasn't enough. So they named me Ancient of War, Steward of the Order. 3 Warsworn keeps guard the Summer Phalanx. Shieldring here, Helmguard in Erethel, and Ironfast in Detir. To each, a Castellan. And in Cluracon, Amalur Sfere Cura oversees our part in the war. Even as our coffers fill, our ranks stretched thin. This war, these times, have tested our mettle to the limit. Still, we have not wavered in our creed. A mercenary sells a sword without honor. The Warsworn sell honor armed for battle. Don't get any big ideas. Heroic deeds are long past, and the war's far away. But there's honest soldiers' work to be done. Hirelings earn good pay for standing guard, dealing with thieves, patrolling roads. In fact, there is a patrol setting out shortly, if you're interested. 10 years ago, it raged all over the plains, and we earned our pay in combat. Now the war's in a standoff, and we pay warriors to sit in Mel Senshir and stare at the Tuatha army. A merchant group has retained us to discover why traders have been vanishing from a road in Lorca Rain. Travel to Dyden Hill and meet a fellow hireling named Will Rendig. He is likely at the healers. Then, report to Warden's Bridge. You and a crew of other hirelings will scour the area and ensure the roads are safe. Understood? Good then. I can make you a hireling. The work is plentiful and the pay is good. However, you are not truly of our order until you earn the rank of Pledge Shield. Though he is only a hireling, he is Warsworn material, and we look after our own. He has cares of a personal nature, which presently detain him. Find hireling Rendig in Dyden Hill. Check at the healers first. Then join the patrol in Lorca Rain, mustering on the road near Warden's Bridge. Good. Off you go.
Greetings.
I'm quartermaster here. I have good war-sworn forged arms and armor. All the things a fighter needs. Aye. Need gauntlets or a fine sword? I remember the time one-eyed Arca routed us in Ironhold Passage. Then Ost appeared out of nowhere right behind them. But that was years ago. It's up to me to see that this ragged lot of stone-headed roustabouts is provisioned with whatever they bloody need. Well, Ironfast might have been built first, but Jotun tore it down. Rebuilt it, but only after Shieldring. By my count, that makes Shieldring eldest standing. That's Fiona, our blacksmith. She forged these, every one true enough. Don't mind the bitterness. It's her own fault she's such a damn good blacksmith and merely an excellent fighter. What? That's all?
Stay sharp.
How are you at the blacksmith's craft, girl? Don't answer. I can tell by your hands. Callow, confused, no discipline. Are you happy like that, or do you wish to improve? You call yourself a blacksmith? Well, perhaps. I could be persuaded to show you a bit of proper technique, I suppose. If you were hoping I'd mend something, you want Fiona over there. That's my pupil there. She's a bright spark, she is. Green, though. Wants to run and play with swords too often. All you need know is I'm sworn to war and a blacksmith to my bones. I can teach you a little if you don't wear out my patience. Our skill at the forge is near as famous as in combat. Ought to be more famous.
What is it this time? So you're the new recruit. Take my advice. Keep your sword sharp, don't sleep in your armor, and never let hirelings get big for their britches. Say what you want. The Fae are remarkable, true wonders of the natural world. Of course, they tend not to look upon us so fondly. Shieldring Keep has long been a source of tension between the Warsworn and Fae of this region. If they have suggestions on how to move elsewhere, I will gladly listen. Means you're in our pay, scrambling up the rocky slope to pledge shield. You've met that surly bastard, then? You're lucky he didn't twist your hand off. Pledge shields are sworn to war. Means you have earned the respect of all and may call these halls home. This fortress has been a fixture in the forest for as long as anyone can remember, although I'm sure the Fae would have something to say about that. It was built on the ruins of Forgefire Keep, which was built on the last few stones of Hammer Rock, the great Varani War Temple. Castellan of this keep and Ancient of War, which means he runs things here, and he runs things for all Warsworn, everywhere. Well, you're in. Be proud. There are no fighters like the Warsworn. Stick with us, and you might be someone someday. Bye, for now.
This is the Shield Ring Smithy. If you need repairs, I can help with that. If you want to be scolded by a sour greybeard, talk to Halder there. Repairs are an awful chore. Forging new things is a fine feeling, but there are days I long to wield the weapons I make. Oh, he's a fine blacksmith. Or he would be if he ever lifted his arm anymore. He prefers telling me how I'm lifting mine wrong. It's too green here. Too warm. Too many bugs and boggarts making a racket. I prefer the whiteness and silence of snow. That all?
Greetings.
A little training would do you some good.
At your service.
This is Yorvan, proud and mighty, shaped and hewn by Fae of old. If you hear us, then we are sleeping still. But be strong of heart, new one. Our powers are old, but our triumphs are eternal. We have brought peace to the Webwood and the forests of summer. Corruption and decay and filth were grown, were spread like sickness from the fens and dells of this place. They were led not by a beast, not by a fell one, but by her, the one who walks alone, the mother of 100,000 spiders. She is a queen of web and poison. She calls herself the Widow. The canopy stretched far and blocked the light of summer. But we pressed on and forward to Cathras, to the widow's den. We were but weak when we arrived, but she was weaker still, her children having died before our march. To Ashara we commended her, and then we felt the call of winter. And so some turned to sleep, and I kept watch. Some colder wind of winter blows then, we have seen. Summer does not return our brothers, our clans to us. What will happen to the vigil I keep? Winter already calls me, and no relief is expected. The widow walks. I can feel the heart of the webwood pulsing with her anger. Her spiders are at the gates. We never thought this day would come. The widow walks. The widow walks.
Is that someone tripping about my web? And I thought my fun was over. Another stirs in Yolven? But it is only a wretched mortal from that doomed town, no doubt. I'm sure my Cathris brood would love feeding on one as strong as you. The last of Yolven is dead. Your little town is next. Tell them the widow has returned, and she is claiming what was once hers. shadows precede you.
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you looking to buy items or sell them? Always looking to make a bit of coin?